Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about a report that is coming out from Fox KTVU. The coronavirus surge is swamping hospitals, prompting indefinite California lockdowns. And here it is, folks. We warned you early on that if the Democrats could have it their way and have you on lockdown 24/7 indefinitely, they would. If you're in California, run. Don't walk, run.
Run, bitch! Run!
These people will have you all locked down without so much as a job. The police will be paid, they'll be paid, but you'll be staying at home.
Just grab my ears while you fuck my butt!
It wasn't as if California wasn't full of forest fires. It wasn't as if California wasn't full of taxation. And you're living people on top of people, and you still want to raise their rent. You still want to raise their taxation. And simultaneously, they can't work. They can't do anything but be in their homes. All for a death rate that is like 1%. Even if it's up to 3%, it's not that bad. You're telling everybody who is our stability, our middle working class, can't be doing their job, and they can't be giving the tax money back to the government because, well, the government isn't letting us work. But if you're willing to go to California and not work, obviously you've already made it in the shade. You've already made enough money that you can sit at home and do nothing the rest of your life. This is California now, folks. They want you to be rich enough to be there to not even have to work. But now we're going to read on to the article. San Francisco, California's most densely populated area, continues to set a new death and hospitalization record and will remain under strict stay-home orders for the next foreseeable future, as another hospital-filing coronavirus surge looms in mere weeks, public health officials said. Los Angeles County, which has recorded 40% of all COVID-19 deaths in the state, reported another 227 new deaths on Tuesday, although the new daily record included reporting from holiday backlogs. The county's public health department also confirmed its highest number of hospitalizations reported in a day at more than 7,000 people, a nearly 1,000% increase from 2 months ago. So we're seeing these massive increases, but we're also seeing, and this is very weird, you go on the internet and you see all of these videos where they're going to these hospitals and they're filming. People are literally getting kicked out for walking into a hospital with a camera and showing all the patients in the ERs. And in many cases, there's nobody there. And people say, well, it's doctored up. They went into a time of day that nobody was there. Well, let me explain something to those folks that are saying that these videos are fake. If these ERs were so full of people, then it wouldn't matter what time of day that they came in. When they say full, they mean full at all hours of the day, right? Not just 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. That's not how hospitals work. You're either there being sick or not. But we'll read on. California's top health official, Dr. Mark Ghaly, announced Tuesday an extension of the December 6 lockdown restrictions for the county and 22 other in Southern California and the agricultural San Juan Valley. The regions have about 60% of the state's population of the 40 million and also have seen COVID-19 surges since the Thanksgiving holiday that have left hospitals struggling to find beds for emergency room and intensive care unit patients. So again, you guys are the jerks for actually celebrating holidays. You are the ones that are to blame for this. You celebrated Thanksgiving, you celebrated the holidays, and now your loved ones shall pay.
Execute Order 66.
This is how all of the media writes this in. This isn't just Fox News. This isn't just CNN. This is the whole ball of wax, folks. They want to sell that you should always be in fear, that you should not do anything. And people like us in Florida here, we're just happy that we have the politics that we do. Because when you're saying, oh, well, the surges have gone up, but you're telling me to wear a mask, that doesn't make any sense. The CDC just came out recently and said asymptomatic carriers don't even exist. It's not even a thing. So in other words, you have to exhibit signs of being sick to even give this disease out to someone. But we'll read on. Some hospitals have set up tents to hold ER patients, and one converted a disused cafeteria to handle patients. State officials notified hospitals late Monday that they should prepare for the possibility that they will have to resort to, quote, crisis care guidelines established earlier in the pandemic, which allow for rationing treatment when staff, medicine, and supplies are running short. We're talking about small areas of the country that we can't funnel supplies to them.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's always some kind of boo-hoo sob story with the Democrats. The minute something goes down, they're asking for federal funding, and that should tell you all that you need to know. Everything is exacerbated, and everything is shown out to be some horrible thing that's going to eat them alive. The doomsday porn with these people is very real.
In a future without air travel, how are we supposed to get around the vast expanses of, say, Alaska during the winter? Well, I'll tell you how. Tauntauns, Mr. President.
They go on to say that some hospitals don't have the space to unload ambulances or get oxygen to patients who can't breathe, although, quote, we have not heard yet that any hospital is at the point where they need to make a decision between two patients who both need a ventilator and they have one ventilator, Galley said. You're admitting that you have all the supplies you need, but at the same time, you don't have all the supplies you need. Most of the time when people are stuck in the ER, a lot of times the doctors themselves are the reason and cause. Initially on the whole entire COVID scare, there were a lot of people put on ventilators, and because these people had a hard time breathing, they turned the ventilators all the way up. And they didn't realize it, but they fried a whole bunch of old people's lungs. And unfortunately, those people, if they survived, are going through a life of hell treating that problem now. In the article, it also says, Galley and other health officials have said people ignoring social distancing to gather with friends and relatives over Thanksgiving led to a surge on top of a surge that has resulted in the medical crisis. So, did you go visit with your family, sir? Did you do the same thing? Did you ignore social distancing guidelines? Did you not wear a mask when you hugged or kissed your family? We find it ironic that these people talk all these games about all these guidelines, but they themselves would be at home eating Christmas dinner with their families while they locked these elderly people away. And the article goes on. The hospital rates appeared to be stabilizing in general statewide, but they remained explosively high in the South. San Francisco basically was letting everyone know that it remained basically stabilized in the general statewide. But only in the South area was there any kind of effect. So they're going to put lockdowns indefinitely until they cure this problem. San Francisco's health director said the holiday serves as a reminder that, quote, the power is in our hands to continue to turn this surge around. Now, if you read through the lines, what that's saying is they should have had enough power to discontinue the holidays, to stomp out the holidays altogether. Don't meet up with anyone. Don't have any kind of connections with anyone. Stay away from everyone. It's such reclusive behavior. And you're bowing down to communist sensibilities. As we read on, it says here, California reported more than 31,000 new cases Tuesday and 240 deaths. But the numbers are likely to increase this week as labs and counties catch up their reporting from the Christmas week. More than 2 million people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 in California, and nearly 25,000 people have died from the virus. And again, we want to point out, California in population is larger than Florida, and Florida's population is over 25 million. They're worried about 25,000. And again, we're happy that the government has finally woken up to actually worrying about its citizens, But you did it over this. You didn't do it over the shootings in Chicago. You didn't do it over the shootings in Miami or shootings anywhere. You didn't do it over the 10 million per year that we lose to cancer. You didn't do it over the AIDS epidemic that has been happening globally ever since it started. You didn't lock down everyone for tuberculosis taking 1.5 million people a year globally. You didn't lock down for these actual things, but you locked everyone down for this. And we want to point out in this article that 2 million people have it in California. And if that's the case, then they've done a bad job taking care of the virus. They're so worried that they have to have the virus. Everybody there has to have the virus. It's just this political tool. And ironically, you have the largest cases in Democrat-run cities. Because the people that are brainwashed actually believe they have it and continuously go to the ER checking to see if they have it. If any ERs are filled, it's more than likely filled with people with respiratory issues that are pre-existing from the Cooties-19 and also are a asymptomatic possible carrier. They think that they have it and they're going there to get checked. Fact of the matter is we don't even know that a full ER dictates that it's all COVID. Again, we are assuming that everyone who dies with COVID died from COVID. And again, those things aren't true. We currently have a person in government who just passed away. That person passed away from a heart attack. Subsequently, they actually had COVID at the time of the heart problem. But they're going to label this as a COVID death.
But it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You helped me.
We here at Dang and Don really don't see how this is an actual COVID death, but yet again, it will be labeled as such. And we wonder if the family may actually fight the verdict. Some families are fighting these verdicts when they never happen to their family. All in all, this is a political ploy. It is a political tool to loiter over everyone. Everyone is affected by this. Whether you're political or not, politics is literally on your face. Anyway, you folks have a wonderful afternoon, a good morning, a good night, whichever. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that around here. Also, don't forget to hit the notification button. If you don't hit the notification button, we may not be able to get our videos to you. God bless each and every one of you. See ya.